everybody. Welcome to our DVC Journey. I'm Brian.
And I'm Gail.
And we're glad you joined us today. Today we are going to be talking about a recent stay that we had over at the Grand Floridian, hence the shirt, to call attention to the Grand Floridian. And, you know, it's interesting because we've been members for a long time and we have gone and visited all the resorts, haven't stayed at all the resorts. And Grand Floridian is a little bit different. You know, if you've, been on a monorail and gone past it, or been at Magic Kingdom and you look across and see it, it's quite impressive to say the least. So, Gail, we stayed. It was a nice visit that we had, and we got a room over at the Big Pine Key building. That's the building that was renovated recently and taken over by DVC. It's right by the small quiet pool, I would call it. And so we were in that building. They do have a DVC building, and we'll discuss that more in another video, give you more of a tour of it. But what we wanted to talk about was the resort itself and what our impression was as guests staying there. So Gail, what were your impressions as far as Grand Floridian?
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was excited about staying there, a little apprehensive as well because I didn't know if I would feel out of place or not because I really am, pretty, I don't know what's the word
down
to use.
Earth,
yeah.
Common people.
Yeah. I'm not fancy or anything like that. But I'll tell you, it was amazing. I love it. I fell in love with it there. Yeah. It's beautiful, first and foremost. The rooms are very cheery, which I loved.
Right. You did point that out.
Yeah, very, very cheery rooms.
Yeah, bright and cheery.
And pretty. And of course, the grounds were beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And it doesn't matter if it's daytime. Because of
nighttime, too.
And
so
nighttime
pretty.
with all the lights that are on. It's... Wow, amazing. And, we've been doing this for a while and sharing videos and talking about purchasing DVC and about the different special offers that they have, whether it be direct or resale. And some of our viewers bought Grand Floridian, and they bought it at a very, very good price, and they sold out relatively quick. So it kind of makes me look back and think, boy,
had we known,
had we known, that we would have enjoyed it that much. But you also, you have to be reasonable. We have points, we have other responsibilities,
and we had a different strategy with our points. So
let's talk more about the resort.
Yes.
The grounds, you mentioned those were absolutely gorgeous,
sprawling, and you can just take a nice little walk, and it's just pretty.
A lot of areas to relax in too.
Yes, and there are more buildings than I realized there were.
Yes.
And they all, I'm just assuming we didn't go into every single building, but the ones that we did go in all had their own little lobby area with couches and chairs that you could, sit and relax.
If you had a bigger group that
just
you're
wanted
meeting
to
people to go out to dinner or something like that. Yeah, because I really, you might think that it's only the big lobby, the main lobby that there is for seating and things like that, but DVC building has a beautiful lobby and a beautiful fountain with the penguins from Mary Poppins. Just gorgeous property there. So you can pretty much, from our experience, go to any of the buildings and have some type of a sitting area and the air conditioning, so.
And not too terrible to maneuver to get to with the, you can have your luggage brought to your building and so that was easy and easier than I thought it would be.
They do have bellhop service, which, I think all the resorts do, but
I do too.
That's something I would definitely recommend at the Grand Floridian. I've seen some families toting their luggage. I guess it depends upon how heavy you're traveling, how light you're traveling, how many kids you have. Are you getting groceries for the room
Right,
or
yes.
not? There's a lot of variables that come into that as to whether you want to use it. It was something we did use. It was hot out. Okay, it was the end of May, and it was just scorching. So we said, you know what, let's let them do it. And then the transportation, I really, really like those monorail resorts, because there's so much to do. Of course, you have the parks readily available by monorail for Magic Kingdom and Epcot. And then you have 3 other resorts that you can hop on, go to different restaurants, quick service, or sit-down service. A lot of selection for that as far as what you want to do. Restaurants, of course, shopping. You have the 3 resorts, which Grand Floridian doesn't have a big shopping area. It has several different stores, but it doesn't have a big shopping area. Not a lot of merchandise like some of the others, like you would see at the Contemporary Bay Lake Tower or at the Polynesian. So shopping a little bit light there. And I wanted to cover too about parking. Parking was a little tricky. We self-parked. You can have valet parking or self-park. So if you self-park, you got to drive up and down the aisles to find an open spot at certain times of the day. So be prepared for that.
Right.
But one interesting thing about valet service that I found out, if you pay for valet at one of the DVC resorts, it's good for all of the DVC resorts. So say you're staying at the Grand Floridian, but you're going to go eat dinner over at Boardwalk, or you're going to go, have dinner at Animal Kingdom, and they have valet. You don't pay an additional fee. Of course, you'd want to tip the valet service, but you don't have to pay for valet parking at another resort because you've already paid for it for that day, and that covers any resort that has valet parking. So that's a bonus. I did like hearing that, but there's more to it than just that. The activities for families with kids, swimming, things of that nature. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Well, they had, in the main building, they had a lot of different activities for kids. Different rooms for different things.
Yeah. So they had
pin
that.
trading.
Right. I recall the splash pad area, I guess I would call it. Oh,
that was really
and
nice.
And it had to be
looking,
under,
yes.
I can't remember, is it
48
think
under
inches?
48 inches, yeah.
So you want to check that for sure, but to go in and use it, parents can go in and sit. But you can't run around. I would be running around with the grandkids playing, but they won't let you do it. And it was really cool because that had a large Mad Hatter hat, and it would fill up with water, and so often it would tip and splash, and it was huge. So very, very nice area there. The quiet pool was nice too, rather nice. And that had it kind of graduated as far as its depth. Yeah. So you could actually kind of lounge inside. Yeah, you could lounge inside the pool without, trying to tread water. You could basically lay down in the pool if you wanted to and be fine. But they did have also in the other pool, the quiet pool as I call it, those, I can't call them cabanas, but lounges.
Oh,
with
yeah.
the canopy.
Yeah, they were, I don't know exactly what you would call them, but it's like a 2-person lounge.
With a canopy.
But it did have a canopy over it, and that was nice.
You didn't have to rent that. You just had to be able to get down there and get one because there's not a ton of them. But that was nice. We were able to enjoy that. And then, of course, the main pool, with the slide and all. But how about if we touch on some of the eateries, some of the restaurants? We have a favorite one there, Gasparilla.
Yes.
Yeah, so
for a quick little meal, it's fantastic. The food is really good. It's very reasonable.
Yeah, a couple of sandwiches that we like.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell them about those?
Yes. Believe it or not, one of the favorites is the grilled cheese with the tomato basil bisque is fantastic.
Yeah, I think it was a...
Something's going on with we're
we have
having a storm outside, so our lights are doing
going on, and we're getting a little flash here, but we will continue on. But yeah, it was like a
Cuban,
3-cheese grilled sandwich and a crunchiest.
Bread.
Oh my gosh.
It was really delicious.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
the Cuban, but they had salads, and I mean it was just a nice variety of things that you could get in there. It's large, so it wasn't hard to find a seat to sit. Stay cool while you're eating your lunch or whatever. And
and the other, you mentioned that Cuban sandwich, absolutely wonderful. Now, we have not tried a lot of restaurants there. We had eaten there with the Character Dining, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but Character Dining there before, and that was really good. It was really nice. And they have pontoon rentals there, which I think the kids would really like that.
Yes,
the grandkids, that you can rent out by the half hour and take it out on the lake and cruise around. Of course, there's some restrictions, as to where you can go and things, but it was just overall a very nice resort.
It was. It really, really was.
We always
felt very comfortable, enjoyed it very much.
Yeah, and I just, I'm going around in my Disney Crocs and a pair of shorts and my Disney T-shirts, and I felt comfortable. It didn't feel out of place. I didn't feel like I had to have, the I don't know, Tommy Bahama clothing or anything like that. It was just really, really nice. Sorry about the lighting again. We're experiencing a storm out there. So, but that really covers it. We are going to post a video that gives you a tour of all the rooms at Grand Floridian. It is going to be the deluxe studio. It's going to be, we better wrap this up. It's going to be the 1-bedroom, the 2-bedroom. Did you like the 3-bedroom?
Oh, wow. Wait till you see it.
Watch that video. Seriously. You have got to see it. It just is incredible.
And don't forget, we wanted to touch quickly, too, about how accommodating they were when we were down on our spring break. And we took the granddaughter and niece for princess pictures.
Here's some of the pictures that we took.
They were so accommodating with the carriage and the car outside. And
different areas that we could go into the resort. They have that grand staircase. So, not everybody has the budget or wants to budget. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Our daughter and our nephew's wife did the hair of the girls. You can see pictures here. And we just went over there and did a bunch of pictures. And they had the photo pass opportunity was there with Cinderella's slipper. And the photo pass person took photos there. And we took photos also. The girls were in the carriage, the horse carriage. And we see there Kinsley, our niece. She had her brother be the horseman, and the moms, they had the moms be the horses, like in Cinderella's story, right? So it was quite fun. It was enjoyable. It was free. The only thing we had to do was we went, you can go on Shop Disney or the Disney store, buy a dress there, or Character Warehouse if you try your luck and get there early enough to get a dress and all. And then we bought
wherever you
tiaras.
Find your princess dress bring it with you.
But we went to that, what is it called? That crystal where they blow the glass and all of that.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Alibabas
it starts
with
an A, Arabas or something like that.
But we bought these tiaras, and the tiaras were only like $20. They have more expensive ones, but the girls were just over the top. They were just so fancy and loved it, and it really was an inexpensive opportunity to take. So again, make sure when you go, make sure you resort hop, take in the surroundings of that resort, and just have a great time with your DVC vacation. So
my overall for the Grand Floridian is very friendly, very accommodating, very comfortable, beautiful. It was a very, very pleasant stay.
Yes.
I really would go back there again.
Absolutely, absolutely. Me too. So, anyway, if you're members there, welcome home to Grand Floridian and a beautiful resort that you have there. But we'll be back. We'll be back. And anyway, as we always say, thank you for joining us on our DVC journey. Be kind to cast members, and we'll see you on our next DVC journey. Bye.
Bye.